Welcome to the Riverview. My name is Irene.
And my name is Mary.
My name is Joy.
I'm Marlene. Today is May the 1st. Do you realize that today is International Workers' Day? And we're going to be doing some work or talking about some kind of a different work today. And that's crafts. So this is our craft show today. And we have a very, very special guest today. I'd like Anne to come in now. Anne is our lead nurse here at Riverside Glen.
Hello ladies, thanks for having me.
Would you like to show us?
I would. I just did this for the Village of Riverside Glen. Is our slogan for all the village building that we did cross stitching on. So I just got that done for the building here.
Was this your own idea to do this?
It was actually Ted's. It was something that we were going to do with another resident. Me and another resident were going to take turn doing it, but some of the fabric is too small, and so I kind of, the bossiness I am, I just took over.
Good.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
So I started doing cross stitching for about 5 years now. When I start working here, 5-6 years. When I work on the assistant care floor, one of our residents up there, her room is filled with cross stitching. So when I would go in there to give her pills, it's just gorgeous. I keep staring at it. So she finally taught me how, and since then I've just been cross stitching. It's a relaxing art that I like to do. And
maybe we've all done some cross stitching, perhaps in embroidery work over the years. But this kind of cross stitch is a little different because she just started out with a blank piece of material. And the little wee tiny squares, I mean, if you look up at this really closely.
And you have to count the box, and
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so it's almost like drawing on.
So did you start out with a drawing, like on a graph sheet or
Yes.
something?
Yeah. So the package, I usually buy a kit. It comes with all the thread, the cloth, and all the direction on it, and you just follow.
See, that's what you call counted cross stitch.
And there's the stamped one where you follow the
Yes,
the
if it's
colors.
already stamped, then you just follow the lines on the stamping, just like we did for embroidery work. I've got some here to show you. But this is much harder, much more difficult.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
So I have lots at home, but they're too big to bring in. So I brought some pictures. I'll pass that around of some of the stuff that I have
Yes,
done.
they're very, very beautiful.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
And are they all about this size or bigger?
This
They're
is
all
lovely.
random
Look at
size.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
But you really
one.
should sign your work and date your work.
Oh, and this
I
is,
do on
this
the
is-
back.
On the back, that's
on
what
the
I
back of
mean.
the picture. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Japanese. Thank you.
There's a lovely one of course, it's on the seahorse.
Oh,
Yeah, the horses one is actually my
my
parent has confiscated that one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Makes a nice gift.
It is a wonderful
For shower
gift.
gifts, wedding
That's
gifts.
lovely.
Yeah.
And who does this these days? Like as I say,
Whole
you're
lot,
talented. You're
Yeah,
talented
well, that's
to
one
do it.
wonderful thing about working here because you ladies teach me so much. And recently I picked up knitting and crocheting from
Great.
just
Different
talking to residents here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's great.
Why do you think crafts are so important for your age, for our age, for any age really?
It's just a nice skill
Relaxing.
to have. It is
It's
relaxing.
relaxing,
It's a
yeah.
relaxing
Yes.
way, and it's keep your mind active, your
Yes.
fingers, your,
Yes.
your motor skills good.
But those are lovely, the designs that you've got there.
You'd be real treasures if you do those.
That's for
and
sure.
Yes.
put them in frames,
Yeah.
Real treasures.
Well, thank you very much, Anne, for sharing this lovely work with us. And are you going to have it on display in the gazebo for a while yet?
Yeah, it's here to be kept here, and
So I'm sure you'll find a nice spot maybe here in the library for it someday.
so
Would
they
be
can
nice.
do whatever they like.
Very
It's
nice.
a pleasure for me to do it.
Very
It was
nice.
fun. Our in Mary room, yeah. It can be a traveling art.
You're not the favorite. You're not getting
But
it.
you know, when you had that frame, like that's a skill in itself too. Did you do that, or did you do it?
No, the shop does. All of the ones that I have done, I got it framed myself. I put it here.
Yes.
But yeah, all these ones I frame myself, so I just go and buy the frame at the store, and,
Yes.
and there's a mat that you buy that is sticky on one side, and you just stick all your stuff on there and you stretch it out yourself. It's much cheaper that way. But yeah, one of these to get framed is at least over 100.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, yes.
Professionally
Yes.
framed. So
Now, can you do something like that while you're watching television, or do you just?
I can glance up, but yeah, you kind of have to pay attention to
Concentrate, really on.
Yeah, it's quite a thing to be
Yeah.
able to do that.
Yeah, so if I do a surrounding and it's just only one color, I can kind of
Yes.
do it because in that area it's just one color. But a lot of time you switch color quite frequently.
Great.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
We'll be
here.
look forward to seeing some of your other masterpieces.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's really, really nice.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yes. And that's the old crafts, as you say.
It's really, really small, but you can buy such
Yes.
nice magnifying things to kind of put around your neck and hold it so that your work is magnified. So there's
Yes.
many possibilities, even at our age, to do things like that.
That's a lot.
It's very nice. All right, we're going to share a few crafts here with our viewers. So maybe Mary, you would like to start?
Well, this little girl here,
Put her head up.
hold your head up here. She was born in Belgium. This is my sister. My sister was in the Army for 3 years. She was a sergeant. And one day they had to get together, some of the girls, and they were going to make something out of army cloth. So anyway, they got a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and they made up these dolls. So, I don't know. That's about all I can say about this
Did she
doll.
bring it home with her? Or did she send
No,
it?
she brought it home with her, and she gave it to my niece. And when I was telling my niece about us having this today,
Yes.
she says, "Why don't you bring my doll? Because I have another pretty doll here, but I brought this thing. She can't even hold her head up."
Well, do you realize how
She
old
said
she
one
is?
too many. And to think I'm a great aunt.
But it just goes to show you, those women, like your sister Teresa,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what the circumstances were. Maybe they were putting in time. Maybe they were making a few things for some children in that area. But they just used what they had available
Do you
to
think we
them.
look alike?
I think so.
Well, this is your sister, so.
That's my sister,
Yes,
yeah.
and she looks lovely
Well,
here.
she sure doesn't look like her mother.
But look at how the face is drawn on there too, you know, like,
Yes.
yeah. Look at the hair. What's that
Lovely
made of? Is
hair.
it wool? What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Feels like.
And I don't even know
do you know what
her
it
socks
feels
are
like?
made out of.
Sponges.
Yeah.
Ooh, her underwear, she doesn't
Oops.
wear it.
Well, that's, you know, that just goes to show you that, and I think it's really fabulous that you've kept it all these years, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, it's a treasure.
That's
Oh,
right.
We went over to my niece's to pick her up yesterday, you know, because she.
Maybe we can get
she-
Dr. Ruddick to fix her neck a little bit, so.
She might have to have something
Some
done.
kind of, but it's very nice, so you want to keep it in a good,
Well,
safe
she's
place.
shy, really, you know. Well,
That's very nice. So Irene, over the years, were you involved in any craft work when you were a youngster and your married life? And
No, I wasn't
did you ever get involved in the quilting? Like we have this lovely quilt here in front of us that,
No, but I did a few crafty things.
oh, I see different kind of crafts for you.
tell us about them.
But I bet you have enjoyed seeing other people's works.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
oh, yes.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been working on some knitting. I didn't knit for quite a few years, and I've had this wool and so on. So I have one sock finished.
That's lovely. Oh.
It has the cancer motif up the pink ribbon motif up the sides, and then
Yes.
has this lacy effect on each side. And
Mhm.
these are for my granddaughter, but I don't know whether she's going to wear them or frame them. It's taken me so long to get them made. So
I'm glad they're not white socks.
So I also have this knitted square here at Riverside Glen. We have a knitting club on Wednesday evenings, and we're knitting these squares, just plain knitting, and we're sewing them together and donating them to hospice or to a nursing home or any place that would need them. They're more like lap quilts, you know.
But they're nice to have.
Nice
for
and
the
warm,
people that,
yeah.
yeah, you get the warmth out of them.
So, and I also have another thing on the go here. This package hasn't been opened, the one I'm working with is open. These are quilt blocks, and that is embroidery work that maybe brings back some memories from years ago.
Oh,
My
yes.
Embroidery.
And it's really big. Look at the design on the back. Like it's very, you know.
If you still have the patience to do it, I
And
think
that's
it's
something
great.
that I can do with the TV on. I can still, you know, watch TV and work on that too. I don't know whether I'll ever sew it together and quilt it. I'll probably donate it to some church group and they can,
Yes, and they can.
and they can
We
do
used
it.
to call it fancy work.
Well, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And this comes complete with all the embroidery floss and everything that
Oh,
you know.
that's
Bobby
great,
needs,
that's
so.
great.
Yeah.
No, like the olden days when you had to cut your old squares out and sew them together. And
That's
then,
right.
Yeah.
So Joy, what have you got to share with us then here? Looks interesting.
Well, the only thing is, as I say, the crafts, the kids anymore, this is what they seem to do, is make their own cards. My daughter just makes these.
Yeah, hold on.
And
Nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty one there.
does, yeah, makes these, and they go and buy the, like, this material here.
Mary, I think this
That
one's for
was-
you. What's the message saying here? What's your favorite sandwich? Maybe a toasted Western.
Right.
But they make them like that, and as you say, you go to Winners and you buy the great big sheets, and then I don't know how Suze gets them cut out so nicely. They're not by scissors. I don't know how she does it. And then they're so.
This is
you know,
She might have a little paper cutter too.
Maybe they have a machine at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
cutting.
Little
Yeah,
stones in
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then
Well, it's nice to make your own cards.
Exactly, and as I say, when I look back at some of the things that we used to do in the real olden days, like these books we used to have, that was how
Oh, yeah.
lovely that was for my 80th birthday.
But
and how
look
lovely
and see
this
how
is.
this becomes a craft then. Instead of
Yeah.
just pasting something on, then things are added.
Yeah,
See how that changes the
and
page.
then the invitation was out in the Mercury. Anybody to come to my 80th birthday party, there it is.
And you see how lovely that's put
Yeah.
together, you know.
Yeah.
And this is called scrapbooking. This is a
Yes.
very, very popular craft right now. Years ago, we used to just glue things on old
Yeah.
scrapbooks. Remember those long scrapbooks?
Yeah, or put them in the corners.
Well, you know,
That's
little corner thing.
But yeah, things, yeah.
Yeah.
But
these
now
are-
you can, you know, they fix up
Oh.
everything so beautiful.
everything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a lovely book, Joy.
Oh yeah, as I say, and each page is different, and
Yes.
so you have to like be original and do it, and it's turns out great.
But even cards that you
These are
receive,
nice.
you can take those cards, like say for Mother's Day, you know, and cut the fronts off them and use them again for, you know, use the little
like this
crafts for craft work. Isn't that pretty?
Yes. Here you are, Wibby, with Gloria Kovac
Oh, and then where, yeah.
and her mother. That you came to my 80th birthday. Woo!
To your what?
You came to my 80th birthday, and that's when this picture
All
was
those
taken.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's all fixed up fancy.
Exactly.
That's very, very
Yeah.
nice.
And
Yes.
Gloria came with her mom, and they were great days. Great. Yeah. My sister's not here now.
Yeah, they're really.
Oh, they're great. Let's see how the well, to me, it's a real treasure that Sue's made.
Well, I think we better get busy because I
Yes.
understand we're having an art show here in October
Oh,
featuring residents' arts and crafts. So
Oh,
maybe you can make a
get
new
mine.
doll to go with your Teresa doll there, and that would be a nice
Maybe
great.
you'll sell it and make a million.
Yeah.
It's worth something. It's got a lot
Oh,
to talk
dear.
about. She's old.
So I think you all agree then that crafts, kind of like hobbies, aren't they? You know, that they are really important. And I think I started off, like my mother and my grandmother were very crafty ladies, and I learned a lot in brownies and Girl Guides as well.
Oh, did you?
That's right. And I know my girls learned a lot in their 4-H programs. Out in the country, they had the 4-H programs. And
But they don't do that today. The kids don't want to do the crafts like the young
Well,
kids
if you
today.
walk into the craft shop up here at the corner, Michael's, I was in there yesterday for the
Yes.
very first time.
Mhm.
Their people must be doing crafts because the store is full
Yes,
of materials
it is,
for crafts.
yeah.
Whether
That's-
you're a knitter or
Yeah.
again was doing that counted cross stitch, there's needlepoint.
Mhm.
There's the scrapbooking.
Yes.
It's just an amazing place just to walk through.
You get lots of ideas.
Even flower arranging is a nice craft. And I bet you'd be good at that, Irene, flower arranging.
So thank you for watching the RiverView.
Thank you very much.